Within. How you guys doing?
Alright.
Good, thanks. Good after yesterday.
Yeah, feeling good. I say you headlined the second stage last night. What was that like?
It was quite an experience, to be honest.
Because that's the biggest stage we've ever played on.
Biggest stage we've played on.
Yeah.
It's the first time, technically second time we played in Birmingham. First time was on Friday night.
Yeah, I was about to say you played the
HMV
HMV Vault one as well, didn't you?
Yeah, we did.
Say you guys got yourself pretty involved with this year.
Yeah. We've had a good break into Birmingham.
Yeah,
two
really
nights.
solid start, isn't it? More than most fans can ask for. Are you hoping to sort of like stay in with HRH now, sort of?
Yeah,
Regular
I think
for
that would be quite good. So obviously being London-based, it's quite difficult to know where to go in other cities.
Yeah.
Because like, where do people actually see people? Where do people go to see watch gigs? So having that sort of connection, like here, it's quite useful to be able to go and play to new people. I think that was the big takeaway from us from the last couple of days. Is we played to people who've never heard us before, and they all seem to really enjoy it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely good when you get sort of like branch out, especially because you say like you're from London. That's like that's a main hub, and like a lot of London bands talk about saturation in London.
Oh yeah,
And sort of like venues, and there's only so much, and like you're seeing the same sort of bands, and there's just a real interest there. It's really hard to break out of the scene.
yeah.
So, like,
There's so much metal going on in London.
yeah.
All sorts of sub-genres and all different types of venues, and it's very hard to do anything unique. So it's
I suppose
quite
even
hard
if
to
you
be
do, it's hard
spotted.
to get noticed amongst all of that.
Exactly,
as well.
there's so much noise that
There's too many gigs happening on
too
one
many
day.
gigs.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing, is that we had a gig a while back, which was on the same night as another gig, professional signed bands, all that.
Yeah.
And a football match. So
Oh,
it's like,
right.
oh, okay. Turnout was still good.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, okay.
I suppose the advantage is you've got enough people to sort of split amongst
sure.
the events, but it sounds like there's always a choice of it's got to be an A or a B thing. It's never like, here's the night we're all going here.
No.
Sort of like 4 different venues, 4 different events. It's sort of like, oh, where are we going to meet up? Or halfway through this over here.
Yeah, there's a lot of competition going on. And even as just listeners, it's quite hard to decide what am I actually going to go and see. Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, no, it definitely sounds it.
First world problem, just too much music.
But you guys have sort of enjoyed coming out into Birmingham, sort of breaking through.
Yeah,
I definitely have.
Definitely.
Sort of like a
fantastic.
hub that you're hoping to hit up quite often. Listen.
Yes, absolutely. It's fantastic coming out to Birmingham because it's not far enough away for us to be able to go, oh, it's too far.
Yeah.
And it's lucrative enough for us to go, yeah, let's go. Because it's like a second London.
At least in terms of music, yeah.
Specifically, like the blend that you get is quite similar, where even just in terms of like culture,
Yeah.
you go to some places and it's like there's one culture, but in London, Birmingham, a little bit in Manchester as well, it's so multicultural. You get all those different experiences. You're always going to get something new.
Is Manchester somewhere that you're also looking to sort of add to this list? Another
Not
hub
played
to pick
yet.
up?
Not played there yet, but it's something we've got our eye on.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's definitely the way forward.
Yeah.
Where else are you looking at sort of breaking into? Where's sort of like, you know, where's next on this domination?
Maybe up north.
Like going north.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're sort of thinking north, northeast to
Northern
northwest.
territory.
Well, we're above the M25, so we're already north. But yeah, we're looking at. We've got a few places in mind. We played up in Derby. 6 months ago, a bit more.
I think so, yeah.
And that was sort of our first foray into not being in the south.
Yeah.
And it was really positive, really encouraging. So
I thought it was a good experience then, wasn't it?
the people are
And
always
very
nice on the third
welcoming.
rock, you go.
So welcoming when you
And it was just so welcoming, and it was a real different experience to being in London, where everything is so both fast-paced and so focused. It's we're doing this and then we're doing this. But it was nice to just be able to enjoy a night of music, rather than we're playing and we've got to do this and then we've got to go and do this. It was quite refreshing just to see the other side of it.
I like the sound of that. Refreshing.
Yeah, it's refreshing.
Is this something you'd sort of advise more of your London bands to start doing then? So
Absolutely.
Get this sort of...
Get out there. It's good experience, and it's a completely different skill set to just playing in your hometown.
Yeah.
Especially when you can't just bring all your mates to fill out the numbers.
Exactly.
You're going to be playing to people new. The amount of people that you can talk to in the room is fantastic.
I'm sensing quite a sense of growth just from like these sort of breakout experiences. They seem to have done quite a lot for you guys.
Absolutely. I think it's important both as a band and as musicians to be getting out into different cities. You're never going to make or break it if you just play the same two pubs every
Yeah,
week.
no, definitely. And then there's a lot of bands that get stuck in that sort of rut of like, oh, we're
Yeah.
playing here, and then we're here in 3 weeks' time, and then 6 weeks' time after that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not that it gets stale, it's just that you need to broaden your horizons.
Yeah, and there's a point where you sort of need to pick and choose those kind of shows a bit more carefully, because like
For
you
sure.
know that you have the audience there, but they're not going to come out to a show every single, unless you're like pushing something absolutely brand new each time. You know? There's got to be a
Yeah,
draw and
absolutely.
that kind of thing.
And it comes back to what we're talking about in London with saturation.
Yeah.
It's exactly that. There's so much music that you're just adding to the noise if you're playing that frequently. It's like, well, how often do you want to play? Maybe once a month in London, but who knows?
It's sort of like working that balance of staying sort of
Yeah.
current enough and being there, but
Exactly.
not oversaturating and sort of like selling yourselves short in that sense.
Yeah, it's a challenging balance, and I think by going to different locations, even if, I'm going to talk in South terms here, but even if you just went over to sort of like Essex and then over into the Guildford kind of way, you got that sort of crescent shape around London. You're still hitting new places, even though
Yeah.
you're still in the south. You don't have to go up to Scotland.
No, you literally just need to start looking like one or two sort of like a
Exactly.
county over or a town over, and just plan that bit at a time, and then just sort of you can add to your tour each time, knowing that you've established a sort of path, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. And we started off in Canterbury, so down really as far south east as you can go, whilst Henry was at uni. We've only really sort of transitioned to London over the last sort of 2 years. Even
So
that's
even that
an
central hub
experience.
isn't sort of like your actual local scene then, it's sort of
So we live in London, but London's weird, but with all its zones.
yeah.
So we're still about an hour out from central London to get in. So is it that close? Not really.
Close enough, I guess.
It's definitely close enough, and that's where we play the majority of our gigs is in central London, in Camden mostly. But we have started out on that sort of rural front. I think it's helped. I think it's given you a bit of perspective.
Yeah. You sort of like you're pushing out into the sticks.
Yeah, I like the sticks.
Yeah, I do. It's interesting. You find that like each sort of scene has its own unique sort of quirks to it. Wherever you are, so there's quite a few central hubs like musically, not just like town cities, but sort of like where certain promotion, like promoting teams and stuff, are like.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, it's one of those things where you could be playing the same styles of music, but there's going to be like some sort of niche that happens or something that comes along, and it really does add to that experience of playing in new places because you get to then add that to your experiences. So for me, it's all about that collection and being able to then draw on that.
Yeah, giving you something to sort of tap.
As a musician, I draw from the fans, but it really is one of those things. They do fuel us. The reason we're doing this is because they're helping support us.
Like the sort of response is a key part of it.
Absolutely. It's about creating. So you can go to a gig and you can play your music, or you can put on a show. They are two different things.
Very, very good.
And for us, it's about putting on the show, making sure people are having fun.
That's
Even
prime
if they
focus.
don't want to, you will have fun. No, it's good. It's always been a fun experience for us.
It's good. There's a lot of bands that take different approaches. You know, there's the sort of like we're a fun hobbyist band. We don't care if anybody likes us or not. There's the band that want to make it sort of big time. You know, they're dead shot on making it.
Yeah,
And then like everybody seems to fall just somewhere
on that spectrum.
somewhere on that spectrum. Like yeah, it sounds like you got sort of like quite a nice midpoint there.
Yeah,
It's
we're
for
definitely
you and the
entertainers
band.
first.
Yeah. I like that. So the sort of the stage show is the predominant sort of. That's where you guys want to be.
Absolutely.
Nice. So you guys put out Bloodlines at the end of last year. So what's the response been to that like so far?
Response has been good.
Yeah, I think so. Everyone that sees it loves it completely. And also when we play Bloodlines itself, they actually get into it, start clapping along. So they've definitely heard the
I was about to ask if like last night there was.
Yeah, we had singing, we had clapping. It was good. It was a really encouraging response. When you work for so long on something like that, you're like desperate for people to like it. Like,
Yeah,
please.
like, you guys say like second time into Birmingham, people are there singing the song in HRH.
Yeah.
You're doing something right.
Yeah, it's been really good. It's been an absolute fantastic time up here. And to hear people singing your songs every time, it's such elation. It's so fantastic.
You guys have got sort of like a. You describe it like a thrash metalcore blend. I'm sensing there's a few more things in there.
My brother mainly calls it pick and mix metal because it's just whatever we like, we just try to write music around that. Or whatever mood we're in, we'll just do that sort of thing. It's not really completely selected in one genre.
Yeah, that's just the thing. It's like I heard it, like I'm listening. I heard a lot more than just thrash and metalcore going on in there.
I think there's sort of like a metalcore thrash backbone. But
yes,
the majority of the music is all this other gumph that we've sort of stuck on because we're listening to weird shit.
Well, this is what I wanted to know. I wanted to know what other influences were going into it. So, there's a few things that I just couldn't quite put my finger on, but there's definitely more going on.
Well, there's like Trivium, there's Alter Bridge, there's a Canterbury-based band called Famine, which is doom metalist. So we've got some doom influence as well.
We've got some of the prog stuff.
We've got like classical heavy metal like Iron Maiden, which is Wasteland area.
You go through like Devon Townsend, where you've got that sort of wall of sound feel. Lamb of God.
Experimenting in gent. Sometimes badly, usually badly. Sometimes it makes it onto the songs. I think for us, because we all come from different backgrounds in terms of metal, we all bring that unique spin to it. So I'm more of like an Avenged Sevenfold kind of guy.
Okay.
Harmonies and melodies,
all that sort of stuff. Whereas Henry's more
riffage, just something that punches through, just to stand out. So.
Yeah, but then Henry will show me things like Gojira, and then you'll get my take on Gojira coming back in, and so it's a weird feedback loop. But
that's starting to make a bit more sense now.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's definitely interesting.
It's just easier to say metalcore thrash.
I totally get the tag. That is much easier, but yeah, there's a lot going on in that sound.
Yeah, I think we struggled early on. It's like, so what kind of music do you play? Metal? Yeah, metal, all of it.
Yeah, it is quite a broad spectrum, isn't it? Like, you guys are utilising quite a lot, and it's like tracks, like they all sound consistent, like they sound like you, but there is definite sort of predominant influences that seem to push through in others.
Yeah, and I think that's important in the writing process, is that everything we write, albeit it will be in different styles, has to be
Enquire
from
Within.
our perspective.
Yeah.
And so sometimes we'll write stuff and it's too far outside of, is this really our take on it, or are we just copying? It's like,
Okay.
You've got to strip that back and then really think about how would we play it. And it's really weird to think about it like that, because you're coming at it from two different perspectives of writing and performing, but then it sort of blends together quite well for us.
And like, you're people. This is always sort of a point, but like, you're allowed to have influences. And, like,
Absolutely.
You're allowed to sound like your influences.
But we just don't want to rip them off.
Yeah, exactly. It's when you just start playing the riff and people recognise it, or like, oh, you've changed 2 notes there, or added this bit.
It's exactly
That's
that.
the difference. Yeah, like.
And sometimes, for example, you might work on a song, it's like, I'm going to take this idea from this song from Trivium, and I'm going to write a whole different song around it.
Yeah, you like filter it through your lenses and
Yeah.
sort of your products.
It's like, well, I wouldn't go that way, I'd go this way. And then develop that. And then eventually you might drop off that first riff that you started with, and you've got a completely different song.
The best way to describe it would be Hunter, because it's Rammstein's sort of influenced, and then it completely goes off topic.
It's so industrial.
Yeah, but it's
And
not
then it goes so
industrial.
This
thrashy.
is exactly that kind of blend I'm on about.
Yeah, absolutely.
I find there's sort of like more of a lean-to in certain sounds that's coming through now. Like, now you've written like a set of material, do you find that you're leaning towards certain areas of the sound?
I think with the album Bloodlines, we started going faster and faster, while slowing the tempos down, but making the riffs faster. And we sort of went on this energy curve. It's like, okay, so we've got some songs like mid-level, and I think we've got any at low level. It's like, let's do some really high energy songs now to sort of balance that out. But now that we've got a clean slate, so we've not got much material finished for the next album. So we're working on it.
I was about to say, are you working on sort of follow-ups and what sort of...
We never stop.
We never stop. It's a continuous process for us. It's just Bloodlines is brackets. It's okay, we've done this, let's put brackets on it, let's pick our favourites and we'll put those out. These all work together. How we're going to put those into a set list, the album structure. do those, put them through, great, done, mix, master, done, album. Next one, let's go. It's like the next day, okay, we'll start writing again. So it's difficult for us to say, yeah, we're going to be moving in this direction, because I think it's more of just an exploration of our writing.
Yeah.
No sort of themes at the moment yet.
No, there's nothing emerging from it. They're all sort of like unique in their parts.
Yeah, and I think they are written individually as songs, and then we look at it holistically as here's a collection.
Yeah.
How are we going to tie these together? And it's usually just in ordering and like the little bits before and after tracks. Sorry, trying to blend those in. But that's all done at the studio stage, so way after we've written and practiced.
Yeah, no, of course. But yeah, if you're like writing songs as you're going continually, then yeah, you're never going to have like, because there's a lot of bands that will do sort of like the studio session or the writing session, and you know, these first 3 months of the year we're doing, you know, so they have like this banked kind of, there's a consistency in the idea. You can hear it all the same time. It's all in the same kind of thought process. The bands that are writing all the way along, you hear sort of like more of a unique work per song. Like, we've invested in this, and then this, and then this. But more of a consistent product.
Yeah, I find that really hard to do.
What, just focus on one song?
Just, we're going to do this. It's like, ideas just sort of come to me. It's like, yeah, write those down. And then I'll sort of expand on it and I'll sort of explore it. So I'm classically trained in composition.
Oh, okay.
So I sort of explore that sort of, doing your regular modulations, all that sort of musical techno stuff. But it's like, oh, another riff. Oh, that doesn't go with this. Okay, new song. And then we sort of play with those. And it's really about just playing. For me, I think Henry's completely different to me.
Completely.
For me, it's all about going over and over that one idea. It's like, okay, well, what am I hearing next in my head? Instead of trying to explore something, it's like write something completely different. So what am I hearing next? What's the continuation?
So
what am I
like the
expecting?
natural evolution of this.
Yeah.
Like, where should this go? And where do I want it to go?
Absolutely. So, for example, I predominantly wrote Wasteland, whereas Henry wrote Blind predominantly. And Wasteland is more of a, in terms of the drum structure, because we both write drums as well, and then Henry fixes them. As the drummer, he fixes them. For me, it was all of that sort of gallop idea. I almost said triplet.
Oh no!
Inside story. We'll tell you later. There's this sort of gallop idea, of and that was used in the drums for the verses. Originally, he changed it. Right, cool. He changed it. But then they carried on for the chorus, and there was that consistent thread. Whereas Henry sort of went for blind. It's like, yeah, here's one idea. Here's another idea. We'll mash those together. It works
perfect.
because I'm great. It was like, yeah, we'll do this.
And then Hunter was written in an hour because I got bored.
Yeah, so he just sort of like churns out these ideas. It's like, wow. It's
They sound like very different processes.
Yeah, it's
It
completely
really
different.
works. It clearly meshes.
Yeah, so
How much do you two work on sort of together, or is it more?
everything is
separate,
everything
but
is done
together.
together. So we'll always go back to each other, but we find it works best when one of us comes up with an idea initially.
Then you throw it my way.
And then if I've written
change
something, I throw it to
things.
him. He'll either change things or add stuff on,
Or delete it all.
or delete it. That happens a lot. Never so much the other way, but that happens. Then effectively what you get is my idea with his perspective on it.
Yeah.
And that's why I think we've got that consistency across all the songs. Because it does have that Wallaluin feel.
Yeah.
Delicious. Bloodlines.
Think on this for a moment.
It's deep, that is. It's deep. There's a minute of silence for it.
No, I definitely like this dynamic. Like, you
Yeah.
guys clearly work well together.
Yeah, I think that stems from... So we were in school together. Well, sixth form, school together. So we were doing music sort of next to each other, not sort of with each other.
Yeah, we're sort of aware of each other.
Yeah.
Technically, we was in a band that we never actually practiced.
And then we started... we got joined to a band that never happened. And then we sort of went over each other's like, well, I went to his house, he got a summer house in the back of his garden.
And just
a shed.
jammed for hours on end.
We sort of jammed.
Nothing.
It's like, well, this is working. Should we actually do something? And so we got his brother to start doing vocals on it. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, this is working. And so we went and sort of, yeah, we'll do an EP. We'll just throw something together. We'll do an EP. I'll do
Just
bass.
casually throw one out.
Yeah, I'll record the bass. It's fine. And so we did that. It was terrible. But some of those songs are on Bloodlines.
Really?
So even as early back as
So,
being a
like-
three-piece with no bassist, those songs have. Some of them haven't even evolved. They've just come straight from cherry picks because they were that good.
Fair play.
Yeah, so it's been quite an experience, which I think is my buzzword for today. Experience.
It seems to be. It seems to be.
I'll try and think of another one.
No, I might as well ask about the experience as a whole, because like you guys are here today as well, clearly.
Yeah.
So you here for the rest of the event and sticking around for the rest of the band.
Hopefully.
Yeah, we'll be around today. It's one hell of an experiential experience.
I like it. I like that.
No, it's been really good. I'm a big fan of festivals, but I don't like going outside. So download never really appeals to me.
Stay tent.
Stay in the tent, so a little safety tent. But having something at the O2 is always something special for me because we've gone to quite a few O2s. We've played in O2 in London, for example. We've now played one in Birmingham. I've seen quite a few of my favourite bands in O2 arenas.
Yeah, there's a recognised sort of label of that.
And there's also that consistency of you've got these setups and they work. And just being in stage one, for example, you see how real it is. The bands are right there, you can get right up close. It's not like you're shut behind barricades or anything like that. And stage two is just fantastic for us as well. Yeah, you can feel that connection without losing. It's a big room, but you don't lose the intimacy.
Yeah,
I think that's
That
really
makes a lot of
important for us.
experiential experience.
It's an experiential
I really like
experience.
that.
Getting experience.
Might have to title this with.
An Enquire Within experience. An experiential experience. One that you will experience.
Experience within.
Experience within.
Yeah, oh god, Enquire Within is probably like the most apt name for a band to have that be named. That is like the most accessible name possible. Like, where did that even come from?
Henry, do you want to tell the story?
We was walking past a retirement home and said Enquire Within because we was looking for a band name and we couldn't think of one. It was like, that'll do.
Yeah. So we've
That's
written
how
the
I feel.
EP. We've recorded the EP.
EP. What's-
We're like, we need a name now to release it.
Just saw the sign.
That'll do.
Enquire Within. We went, that'll do until we find something else. We didn't. We're here 4 years later. We're still called Enquire Within.
How do the royalties work on that?
Every time someone uses a sign saying Enquire Within, they need to pay us.
Yeah.
They don't know it. They don't know it yet, but they need to pay us.
Go back to that original place charge then.
Didn't have a sign well, they finished building it.
Yeah.
Yeah, new build retirement home. That's a new one on me, but yeah, whatever.
We can play there one day.
When we retire, we'll go there.
Place to end up, yeah. So what's the rest of 2020 got in store for you guys then?
Hopefully going to do a north to south tour.
Yeah. And this is where we're like,
That's the
oh yeah,
plans.
we're thinking about doing some places up north.
It's like, no, we are.
Yeah, I was thinking.
We're looking sort of doing a sort of like a reverse question mark. So we're looking to go sort of northeast, northwest, then come down the middle back into London at the end. We're not exactly sure what that looks like at the moment, but we're hoping to do sort of like a weekend thing.
Yeah.
Sort of maybe like a Friday to Monday. We're not. London's weird for gigs. You never know what days to do. So you can do a weekend, but people might not be there. You can do a weekday, and people might show up. Like Thursdays.
There's not like a particular consistency then.
No, Thursdays seem to be people's drinking days after work. You think it'd be Friday, but no one seems to want to stay in London on Fridays.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so we're not exactly sure on the logistics of it yet, but we're looking to hit sort of Newcastle way and sort of make our way down through sort of Chesterfield, that sort of area. We might hit Manchester if we can get it to work out. We might save that for later. Hopefully come down through Birmingham and then into London. At the moment, that's the plan. Yeah. We're looking to sort of do that around September, so there's room for change.
There's time for that to do.
But we've got to start booking it pretty soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like to sort of be 6 months ahead. For the rest of 2020, we're currently in London's Melt to the Masses.
Got the quarterfinals happening April, May. I don't actually know which time.
They're in March and April,
Okay.
end of March and then through April. There's 5 quarterfinals. Don't ask me how that works out. Quinterfinals.
I was going to say, that's like a quarter.
Do you know what quarter means? Yeah. Yeah,
So that's sort of the focus from this point on then.
That's our focus from this
That's
point
main
on.
focus, and that was the masses. And
Melt to
then
the
a tour.
Masses, see where that goes.
And of course, writing more music.
Write more music. We kind of want to have a few songs done. And if you come and see us, you might hear some new songs. We have a tendency to play
And
new
practice
songs
and
live.
see if they
Try
sound
it out
good.
live as well.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Yeah, so incentive. Yeah, can you see this thing?
There you go.
Yeah. So at the moment, that's our plan. We're not sure if it's going to be December or January, but we're looking to do sort of a Christmas New Year's Eve gig.
I'd imagine that they need to be very specific dates.
That's what we're not doing January.
That's why we're not sure. We're not sure when, but you know,
New Year's
Christmas
Eve?
Eve.
And that would be in a venue called Park in
Oh
Canada.
yeah.
I think at the moment we're looking at the 17th of December.
Okay. Provision.
Yeah, we're just seeing who we can get. We've got some names that we're looking at. We've got some friends that we play with. So 8 Lives Down are one of them, and they've just been signed recently actually to some extreme metal label. I forget what they're called.
I actually have no idea. Jacob would know.
They're not my metal label. So that's really exciting news for them. And so we played with them and Empire Warning, who actually won Melted Masses with us.
Yeah, well, I know Empire Within.
So we were in their quarterfinals, and we both got there like an hour, 3 hours early. We just sort of chatted with them before they went on stage. Like, yeah. So waiting for the doors to open on their Bluetooth speaker, listening to all sorts of random stuff.
Like crazy for.
Like it went from prog and your basic metal to Smash Mouth, and it's like, okay, this is fun. So that was a great day. But other than that, we're not entirely sure what we're doing in the middle of 2020, because like, if we win Melted Masses, Bloodstock. If we're not, we're going
so
to
it's more of a
around
watch
that.
this space thing for now then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Be formulating as it goes along, but there'll be a tour around September.
There'll be a tour
hopefully.
in September, October. There'll be a gig in Christmas. I think it'll be the 17th.
Well, we'll keep an eye on all
Keep
of
a
this.
look on our Facebook page. That's where we'll announce it.
Sounds good. Right, it's been good speaking to you
been
guys.
fantastic.
Appreciate you taking the time to talk with us.
It's been lovely, mate.
Enjoy the rest of the festival.
Cheers, mate. Will do.
So you can relax now.
Stretch my legs.
Yeah.